scheduling and how to hack it so that you have more sustainable and positive cash flow. The biggest thing that we see is people not really thinking hard enough about how they're running their schedule so that their cash flow is not stressful anymore. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips on how to improve that. And if you are not already doing these things, probably go away and have a crack at it, because it will change your lives. Because we know that cash flow challenges are one of the biggest problems in the trades industry. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to think about the types of work that you're doing. So each business realistically needs to be breaking their business down into a minimum of 2, even better 3 segments. What do I mean by this? You want to be doing a combo of work. So you can't just do all projects that take longer than, say, a month to 2 months. You can't just do all mums and dads necessarily. You can. It's better to do them really high volume, high frequency. Those businesses, when they only do like little jobs with an average dollar sale of, say, $300, $400, it takes a bit of rubber to hit the road if they're only doing little stuff. They hit ceilings, and then to scale, like, you have to scale a lot. So first is you might do projects, you might do private residential work, and then you could have a third segment that is insurance or NDIS or government or whatever it may be. And so they're just some examples. Body corporate, lots of different segments in our industry. So first you want to be thinking about how many eggs have you got in each of those baskets. And if you've got a lot of eggs, like over 70% of your eggs in the project basket, it is likely that you will experience some cash flow issues. You want to supplement that with a different type of work. This might seem like common sense, but it is very important to get the percentage split right. Second thing you want to do is really think about your payment terms. So if you're doing private residential, you should all be invoicing cash on delivery or cash on the day, as in payment due the day the job's done. There is no point having 7-day terms or 14-day terms. You need to shorten your cash gap as much as possible, and private residential is the best place to do that. Some commercial will allow that, not as often, but not depending how big the business is. But when it's B2C, that's business to customer, they're the customers that you want to be charging. As soon as I've finished your job, you pay me that day. Payment terms that are 14, 30 days, 30 days end of month, 60 days end of month. If you have too much of that work and you don't really think about your scheduling, you'll find that you are a leaky tap, and you'll see a big spike in your materials expenses one month, and then the next month it'll be really low because you're doing all this, like, you've got to pay for your materials up front to get going, and then the next month you'll get a big invoice, so your cost of goods sold percentage will reduce. But if you are not focusing on the scheduling and getting the percentages of each type of work, then your cash flow will suffer. 2 to 3 segments of your business is what you want. You cannot just do all projects as a rule unless you've got considerable scale. What do I mean by that? If you're running, say, 8 to 10 staff and you're a sparky or a plumber or a maintenance company and you do high volume, high frequency, you'll likely have less issues with cash flow because you'll have enough of that cash flow work, hopefully, to at least hit your break even. And then if you do any longer term stuff, which is 4, 6, 8+ weeks, that those smaller jobs that happen, that turn over a lot and you get the cash in quick, they will support you. And technically your project work, then any income that you make after the project's finished should really be cream if you break even running to the smaller jobs. So to hack your schedule, you have to get the ingredients right. If you're doing project work, then your project work will hold up your cash flow and make your cash gap really almost unbearable. So builders, we see builders suffer with this terribly. We also see project-based sparkies and plumbers, concreters, like anybody who's got stages of work. I want to talk about that as the third hack shortly. Second thing is payment terms, making sure that your payment terms are the right type of payment terms for the type of work that you're doing. Private residential should be pay us when we've finished. Third thing, deposits and stages. If you're not taking deposits or you don't have some rules of the game around if the job is worth $5,000 or more, then we take a deposit. You should, because that's going to help your cash flow. If you have big project work and you haven't broken down the payment stages far enough, and we have had building clients who have created new contract terms that have got up to 12 stages in them, so you're getting more money more often. So there's some hacks like that you want to spread the amount of project work that you do with the amount of more frequent cash flow healthy work, and that might be by only doing 1 week of project work per month or 2 days of project work per week, or depending on how you've broken it down and what your break even is. Once you know your break even, you can really get honed in on this stuff, and you can go, yeah, let's make this type of work in our business the cream that we're then just going to be like, sweet, when that money comes in, we've already paid for the materials, and anything that we get for our labor after expenses is all a bonus. So let me know what you're taking away from that. Make sure that you're thinking about this stuff. If you are growing or if you are considering growing, you need to have all this at the front of your mind. So let me know what you think. What segments have you got? What payment terms have you got? Ask any questions. Hit us up. If you have not booked a call with me before and you just want a bit of advice on this stuff, why not get on the website and just book a call? It's not a big, scary thing to do. It's just a yarn, and you never know. It might be the thing that just makes a little tweak that sets you off on your way. Okay, talk soon.